Radhe Krishna Radhe, Jai Radhe Krishna Radhe, Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe Krishna Radhe, let us then forget the entire world and focus our attention on Puruṣhottam Yoga. Verse 17. Uttama Puruṣhastvanyah,
Uttama Puruṣhastvanyah,
paramatmedyudaharitah,
paramatmedyudaharitah,
yo loka trayamavishya,
yo lokatrayamavishya,
bibhartyavyaya ishvarah,
bibhartavyaya ishvarah.
Translation: besides these is the Supreme Divine Personality who is indestructible, Supreme Soul. He enters the three worlds as the unchanging controller and supports all living beings. Shree Krishna explained, he compared this world to an ashwat tree which sends aerial roots and thereby continues ad infinitum. Ashwat trees have been known to live for many hundred years. The great banyan in Kolkata has got 3,770 aerial roots and it's still growing strong. Likewise, the soul has been moving from lifetime to lifetime, as if on the branches on the tree in different species of life. He also explained that the tree is nourished by the three modes of nature of Maya, which is resulting in its creating buds. These are the objects of the senses that appear so attractive to the soul, but actually they are the root of entanglement, and from there spring forth more aerial roots. The fruitive activities of the Vedas, he said, are like the leaves of the tree, and the main trunk is the human form in which we all find ourselves. Shree Krishna said, you can either carry on, or if you decide you have had enough, then use the axe of detachment to chop it off. This world is not mine. I will leave it all behind. This world is not as attractive as it promises to be. It has birth, disease, old age, and death. Nobody ever got happiness here. Contemplate on these to create an initial detachment. And then you will start seeing things as they are. Oh, this is what the world is. Now search for the source of the tree, which is God, and then surrender to Him. And Shree Krishna assured, those souls who surrender to Him attain His divine abode, from where you will never come back. But he also said, the souls in this world are also my eternal fragmental parts. Unfortunately, they are struggling with the six senses, including the mind. So, he gave us a little knowledge about the self. He said, this self cannot be perceived by the senses, because it is divine while the senses are material. The yogis who have purified the mind can see the self with the eyes of realization. He also said that God is in all pervading in this world. But like the soul, you do not have perception of Him. He then talked about the souls that are eternally in the abode of God and the souls of this world. Now he says that besides these is the Supreme Divine Personality. So Shree Krishna is obviously not an Advaiti. He is making it very clear that look, Arjun, there are the souls and there is the Supreme Divine Personality. The souls are the Atman and the Supreme is the Paramatman is the word he uses. Param means supreme, the supreme soul. Your soul resides in your body. Your soul has imparted consciousness to your body. And you are aware of your own body, your own thoughts. Supposing I say, what were you thinking? You will not have to say, let me ask my mind and find out. But you are not aware what your neighbor is thinking. What is your neighbor thinking? Let me ask and tell you, Swamiji. So your awareness is limited to one body. The Supreme Soul is pervading all the bodies. And He is aware of all the thoughts of all the living beings. If He misses out on some, how will He dispense the law of karma? He is the perfectly just God. So if He has to bestow the fruits of our physical and mental works, then He has to be aware of all we think. So this is the difference between the jivatma and the paramatma. The jivatma is alpagya. Somebody studies law all their life and yet they don't know all of law. You say, I've got some matter related to property. They say, this is not my field. I'm a corporate lawyer. Go to somebody who handles these. In one subject, you spend all your life and you don't become sarvagya. God is all-knowing. He knows what you have thought of since the time you were born till today. Supposing I ask you, what were you thinking 3 weeks ago? You'll say, Swamiji, I'm not a computer. God knows what you thought from the moment of your birth till today. And not one lifetime, your innumerable lifetimes. And not one soul. There are so many lokas, and all the lokas, the various souls. There are infinite souls in existence. So the one who knows their infinite lifetimes, every moment's thought, that is the all-knowing God. He is Sarvagya, He is Sarva Shaktiman, all-powerful. He is Sarva Vyapak, all-pervading. And He is residing in your heart as the Paramatma. So if within your physical frame is the soul, that is you, and the Supreme Soul, that is Paramatma. That Supreme Soul, Paramatma, resides in His personal form as Kshirodakshai Vishnu. So there are 3 Vishnus. We discussed that 3/4 of creation is the divine realm. And this is 1/4, the material realm. Now in that material realm, when God wishes to create, the Pratham Purush is Mahavishnu, Karnarnav Shai Vishnu. He resides in the Karnarnav ocean and he breathes in. And as he breathes in, from every pore of his body, numerous universes emanate. How many universes are there in existence? So the Devi Bhagavad Puran says, Sankhya chet rajasam asti na vishwanam kadachana. You can count the number of specks of dust on the crust of the earth, but you can't count the number of universes in existence. Then he enters each universe as the Dvitiya Vishnu. He is Garbhodakshayi Vishnu and he resides at the bottom of the universe. And then of course our Puranas relate how from him Brahma takes birth, who's the secondary creator. And at the top of the universe, Vishnuji takes a third form in Kshira Sagar. So he is Kshirodakshayi Vishnu. The various avatars that happen are of the Tritiya Vishnu. And that same Vishnu is residing in your hearts as the Paramatma. So people say, मारने वाले के 2 हाथ, बचाने वाले के 4 हाथ. This 4-armed is Kshirodakshayi Vishnu. But the whole universe is coming out from one pore of Mahavishnu. So imagine how huge Mahavishnu will be. If you want to go into the Vedic concept of time, the tiniest unit of time is in the Vedas. And the largest unit of time is also in the Vedas. So the truti is the amount of time light takes to pass through a trasarenu. Now, 300 trutis, they make a bodh, 3 bodhs make a love, 3 love make a nimesh, 3 nimesh make a pal, 5 pal make a kshan, 15 kshan make a laghu, 15 laghu make a kashtha, and 15 kashtha make a ghadi. Ek ghadi, aadhi ghadi. And 2 ghadis make a muhurt, and 6 muhurt make a prayer, and 8 prayers make 1 day and night. Ashtaprahari you may have heard of. And from there it goes on. So you have the saptah, you have the paksh, the mas, the ritu, the seasons, which is 2 months, and then you have the varsh. But then 4,32,000 years, that is the duration of Kali Yuga. Double of that, 8,64,000 years is the duration of Dwapar Yuga. And 3 times that, 12,96,000 years is the duration of Treta Yuga. And 17,28,000 years is the duration of Satyuga. You combine them all together, 43,20,000 years is the duration of 1 Mahayuga, 1 cycle. And 71 such cycles happen in 1 manvantar. So the size of a manvantar is 30 crores 66 lakhs. So that is 30 crores 67 lakhs roughly. And there are 14 manvantars in 1 day of Brahma. So Brahma's 1 day is 4,320,000,000 years. 4 arab 32 crore. Equal to that, so this is called a kalp. So this is the biggest unit of time. Now the calculations of scientists are slowly approaching the same scale. So if you ask them how old is the universe, they are now giving up little to that scale. But that is Brahmaji's 1 day. Like that, Brahmaji lives for 100 years. 31 Neel 12 Kharab 40 Arab, converted in the English system. And that whole our Brahmaji, his 50 years have gone by. He has completed his golden jubilee. And the 51st year, this is the first day. It's called the Shwet Varaha Kalp. When Pandit Ji does puja, he'll tell Shwet Varaha Kalpe. In that 6 Chaturyugs have gone by. This is the 7th Chaturyug. 6 Manvantars have gone by. This is the 7th Manvantar. in which 27 Chaturyugas have gone by, and this is the 28th Chaturyuga. So this is cosmic time. However, the duration of the entire universe is equal to one breath of Mahavishnu, because he breathes in and the universes come out, and he breathes out and they all merge into him. So, Shree Krishna is saying that, look, Arjuna, beyond all of this is the supreme divine personality. You can call him God, you can call him Brahma, you can call him Krishna. Now the question arises, how do we know there is something beyond? Once, two twins started speaking in the mother's womb. One said, "Do you believe there is life after delivery?" The other said, "Impossible. The umbilical cord will not allow us to go very far." The first said, but we may be doing things differently out there. For example, we may eat with our mouth and walk with our legs. So the second said, eat with our mouth and walk with our legs? Your imagination is going completely wild. We will be tied with the umbilical cord. The first said, at least we will see our mother. And the second said, mother? How do you believe that we have a mother? We have never seen her. The first said, yes, we have not seen her, but sometimes when we sit in silence, we can hear her and experience her love. The second said, you are just talking hocus pocus. There is no life beyond delivery. That is the end of it. So often we limit ourselves to our finite experience. Just like there are insects. During the monsoon months, they are born from the earth, supposedly, and they grow up through the night. They become big. They lay their eggs. And in the morning when you come for a walk, you find that thousands of them are dead under the lamppost. So their whole life is equal to one night of human beings. If you were to ask that insect that, do you believe there are humans who have many such days and many years? The insect would also say impossible. So this is a completely different scale. Nevertheless, the point to grasp is that there is the soul and there is the supreme soul. Now let us see what he says about the supreme soul.